Hello, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to this wonderful Friday, the 7th of June. This is Lorenzo, or otherwise known as Chevron, playing a game of Protoss vs. Protoss Starcraft 2 against Blitz, Heart of the Swarm, of course. And in this game, I'm going to try, well, to be honest, I have no idea what I was going to try. It's been a few days since I played this game, and I completely forgot what happened in it. So we'll just find out and see. This probe is probably going to make a pylon, as probes often do, and we're going to follow this probe as it discovers what my opponent Blitz is up to. While it does so, a few changes to my channel and the videos. As you may have noticed, I've been making videos about Protoss games, Zerg games, and sometimes Kerbal Space Program, my Lorenzo Lessons of Space series. In these videos I try to teach you guys something about space and the concepts of spaceflight. I haven't been making a lot of these because I have been trying to dedicate myself to a Monday, Wednesday, Friday video schedule dedicating to Protoss games of Starcraft. This has been going fine, however I feel I also want to do these other things and play the space games and play the Zerg games. So to make time for that, and to that end, I'm going to keep the Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule, but devote myself to making at least a video on Monday, Wednesday and Friday. It doesn't have to necessarily be a Protoss playing Starcraft game anymore. So you're still gonna get 3 videos a week, but it might be a Kerbal Space Program video or a video of me playing Zerg in the Starcraft. In the Starcraft. So another thing I've noticed is that I've been playing fairly bad on the ladder the past few days, and I think this is mainly because due to I play 1 or 2 games at a time, always after work. Well, the always after work bit is nothing like there. I can't do anything about that because I have to work. But I'm going to stop casting every single game I play. I've been doing that for every video, and so far I've only played about 20 games. So this is obviously not a huge number, but I don't play more games because I need time to cast the games. Casting the games takes more time than playing them because my computer spends about, a few hours rendering it and then another few hours uploading it, in which time I cannot play the game. I try to do these things overnight, but not always is that possible. The rendering sometimes takes up playing time. So what I'm going to do instead is play at least 3 or 5 games at a time after each other, so I get warmed up a little bit and maybe can play a bit better and even have some time to learn about my mistakes instead of trying again every day that I have the time to start all fresh. So I'm going to play a few games in a row from now on and then just cast 1 or 2 of these games. For the videos, it shouldn't make any difference apart from the fact that you'll be seeing bigger jumps in hopefully in my skill and maybe in my ladder point rank, or what is it, the level rank that will jump probably, hopefully. So that's so much for the changes. So there's going to be different kinds of videos, and not every ladder game is going to be casted anymore, just simply because it takes too much time and I want to spend it differently. So I'm going to do that. And I hope I will be getting more subscribers because I love getting subscribers, and I have been getting a few comments from, I think I have 2 or 3 regular visitors and viewers, so hello to you guys. Your comments are always appreciated, and please bring in all your friends because I want to be a big YouTuber. Later when I grow up I want to be a YouTuber. So yeah, that's me. So back to this game for now. My opponent here is he's got a gateway, a cybernetics core, and a forge, and a zealot we saw just now. Compared to my cybernetics core gateway and another gateway going down. So all things considered, it's fairly equal at this point. This probe is moving out. He's probably going to do something or other. Let's follow this stalker instead. I think seeing this stalker here and the mothership core, yes, I went for the 2 stalker mothership core scout and harass opening. So this is going to be a Stargate now. So contrary to other games I've played where I basically went heavy into gateways or went for an expansion, I'm going to go for a Stargate play. And first, of course, going to do the 2 stalker and mothership core scout and harass movement. Putting an aggressive proxy pylon here so that when warp gate finishes I can warp my next 2 units in immediately. And maybe see what I can do with these units. Forge going down here, probes being produced, everything's looking in order. I'm the red one. I even have some resources for a void ray which is going to be built immediately. Probe here still hasn't found an expansion, so it's fairly safe to say, well, it's going to check out this one of course, but it's fairly safe to say my opponent is 1 basing, same as me. So it's probably not going to be a walkover with these 2 stalkers and the mothership core. I'm a bit hesitant of using this build because it's aimed against Terran mostly, but the opening just feels so nice where you have flexibility to move into a lot of different tech paths. And here I see there's a few Stalkers, a Zealot, and the Mothership Core as well. So his army is about the same size as mine, except he's going to have the Defender's advantage. So here's my first Void Ray, and I think I'm going to wait to have 2 Void Rays and then move out, because if I have that, then I feel my tech has come into play, and if he went for a research tech or maybe robo, my Void Rays will make short work of that. My base is getting close to saturated. It's 21 of 24 workers, so it's practically saturated already, because 18 workers is the point where each additional worker is still going to increase the mining rate, but it's not as effective as it was before. So at about 18 workers you want to have an expansion up. To put it differently, if you have 24 workers, it's better to have 18 at the first base and 6 at the other. Then you'll have optimal mining. And of course, since you'll be making probes from both Nexi, it's better to split them 50-50 in a 12-12 fashion and then get 6 more at each expansion. The take-home message is up to 18 probes. Every probe has a linear increase in mining speed, and after that, it falls off. It's a difference between 2 probes on a mineral patch and 3. So if you didn't know that, take note of it and start transferring your probes sooner. So that's the only bit of useful information you're gonna get out of me today. Apart from that, the observation that there is now a second Void Ray coming, and I think this is my +1 weapons attack. Yes, it's almost done. So hopefully I'm going to attack right now. That would be a sort of a timing push. Yes, there goes. Wow, that's actually a move that somewhat resembles well thought out decision making. How's that for proness? So it's been a while since I scouted this guy. He has some gated units. It looks fairly much the same. He's got Zealots, Immortals, and Stalkers. Well, these Immortals are going to be trouble. And oh, my Zealots are trapped behind the Stalkers. These Immortals are going to be trouble for my Stalkers, whereas their Stalkers are going to be a threat to my just 2 Void Rays. I try to focus fire down his Stalkers with my Void Rays, and there's now 1 Void Ray left and 4 Stalkers. Just 3 Stalkers for him, 2 Stalkers for me. Why aren't I winning this? Oh, it's very close. And if I had just managed to take out all his Stalkers, my Void Rays could have just taken care of the Immortals, but his Immortals just blasted away my Stalkers, causing enough of his Stalkers to remain alive to take care of my Void Rays. So previously I said that a robo wouldn't be that much of a problem. It wouldn't have been if I had gone pure Void Ray, obviously, but because my army was still about half Stalker, it still managed to massacre it. Maybe I should have microed my Void Rays better. Maybe I should have focused on the Immortals first. I don't really know. I think micro-wise it went alright, except for my my Zealots getting trapped behind the Stalkers on the ramp. But I focus fired the Stalkers with the Void Rays and managed to kill quite a few of them. But in the end, he still managed to take it out. Expanding here, this is basically a desperation expand, because I know you shouldn't expand after you've lost the battle. I should have expanded maybe on the back of that push, but I felt I had to do something, because if nothing's going to happen, I'm not going to stay alive much longer, because he had a fairly sizable leftover army, whereas I had nothing. And it does seem I'm going to hold him off for a second, and if I get the second base up, I might be able to make something of this game. Not feeling very confident right now, but definitely not out of the game yet. Let's have a sneaky look at the units lost tab. I did lose more than him, but not by a catastrophic amount. I lost 600 more resources than him, which is basically about 4 Stalkers. Yeah, less, 3.5 Stalkers. So I think that's actually about the difference. It was those 2 Void Rays. Doesn't really matter. I lost a little bit more, but not by a huge amount. Getting basically the same composition again, except this time with a few sentries thrown in. Warping in some more Stalkers, and how am I looking on the upgrades? I didn't get ground upgrades, which I think is a mistake, because it's a cheap upgrade and it's always good to have. So I was speaking of the probes earlier. There's about 14 at my second base now, and 15 at my first base. This is a good split. Oh, there's an army coming again. Lots of Stalkers here. Zealots on the front of his. My Zealots were at the back, which obviously is not a great place for them to be. Void Rays here, target firing the Immortal, which on here let's rewind that and look at the misclick move command in all its wonderful agonizing glory. I tried to shift focus fire down the void rays. I tried to shift focus fire down the stalkers with the void rays, but they move to their target while firing. But still, it's not great. If I microed that a little bit better, I might have been able to stay alive. But now I just have Stalkers and his Immortals just melt them away with their phase cannons. What is it? Phase disruptors. The phase cannons are from the Enterprise show, the latest Star Trek TV show. Not great, but it was occasionally entertaining. So the Immortals are now just raping my Nexus. No, not raping. Mugging. They're shooting it for its minerals. Yes, we'll go with that. We'll send that story to the press. The Nexus was shot for its minerals. Now the perpetrators are moving up into the main base. I've got 4 zealots that are going to make it their dying mission to kill at least 1 Immortal, the bane of their allies. So you go for the damaged Immortal. Go for it. Kill it. Have vengeance. No vengeance, but there's 3 more, and there. Yes, we won. Speaking of stories that go to the media, we won. We killed the Immortal, and that was the mission. Mission complete. Immortal has been killed. This void ray is laid to the party. The Immortal is already dead. It doesn't matter. Nothing else matters. The Immortal has died. The probes, they want their shot at glory. They can't have the glory because the Immortal, the glorious target of this whole mission, which was that 1 Immortal, is dead already. The void ray and the probes couldn't do anything about it. So this was definitely a win. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to subscribe and like this video. It's a nice way to say thanks to me and make me more popular, because that's what I want. And if I get it, I'm going to make videos up until the end of time, which is of course great, and even better than great. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, have a nice day. Goodbye.